Shalom Akim. First, foremost, to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachel Kudash, double honors under the elders, Apostle Great Millstone, the elders Great Millstone, inner course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, serve him in truth and sincerity. Yes, surrounded by the Chayava from GMS Plain Devil's Camp, coming back with another lesson to his spirit. Yes, so this lesson be based off this article from nationalnews.com, which is titled, it says, China's Counter-Tariff Strategies, a new chapter in the U.S.-China trade war. Yeah, and of course we know, well, very recently, what Trump has put out these tariffs. To read this real quick, it says, President Donald Trump announced an additional 50% tariff on Chinese goods unless China withdraws its 34% counter-tariff, escalating the ongoing trade conflict. Yeah, and of course, as we know, well, within the scriptures speak about pretty much how these other nations will turn against that great whore. You know, that great whore, of course, within Revelation being Babylon the Great, which Babylon the Great today, or simply what Babylon the Great is America. The modern day Babylon is America. And when the scriptures go into Babylon the Great whore, that's America. It says the Chinese Ministry of Commerce vowed to fight to the end and is preparing countermeasures, rejecting U.S. demands. It says financial markets showed volatility with concerns over impacts on U.S. farmers, Hollywood, and global supply chains. Past trade tensions suggest potential for negotiation, but current escalations risk further economic disruption. The next steps will shape global trade dynamics. So, we can see how things are changing. Ultimately, hyperinflation will happen. And things will get harder and harder. People thought that Trump was coming to save the country. No, Trump is coming, but to speed up the destruction of this country. Because again, the destruction of this country is 100% prophesied within the scriptures. And the other nations turning their back against this country is 100% prophesied. Read this real quick. It says, Isaiah chapter 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, say the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Yeah, and of course, these Egyptians, it's not, obviously this isn't speaking about the ancient Egypt. No, this is speaking about the modern day Egypt. Of course, the modern day Egypt being America, Babylon the Great. Let's go ahead and get Revelation chapter 11 and 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Of course, the great city being Babylon the Great. Dead bodies, of course, referring onto the Israelites, us being without the truth. But now we are in that time where, we've been at that time ever since Abba Bivens came, of course, was prophesying ever since 1969 up until, 1969, 1970, and then up until now, we have the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down. The point is that Israelites have woken up. The elect are waking up. We once didn't have the truth, but now we once have it. It says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Yeah, and of course, beginning 1619 up until 1970 or 1969. Pretty much that was that slave period where we were being 100% indoctrinated. Of course, we got overtaken as a people by Esau, Edom, and we've been in slavery. But up until now, again, 1969, 1970. The truth has come out again. Now we're free spiritually and mentally, waiting for, of course, the physical freedom from Yahushai, when he comes to deliver us from this captivity. And also, of course, we're going to be changed. So we're going to be delivered from these fleshly bodies, and what our bodies will be changed to the new, perfect, incorruptible bodies. So it says, Revelation chapter 11 and 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the shade of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Yeah, what spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, showing you that what within the scriptures, places can be referred to as, or what pretty much what again, there's points where the scriptures will symbolically use in ancient country, for example, Egypt or Babylon or Sodom, to refer onto, again, the modern country, the modern day country, which but pretty much symbolically represents those ancient countries, again, which is America. America is spiritually Sodom, spiritually Babylon, and spiritually Egypt. All what those ancient nations are known for, 100% applies onto Babylon and Great, or Slakia, Babylon and Great, which is America. Mix all those ancient nations together, and you get America. So but the cruel Lord, the point is that the cruel Lord, which is Trump, going back onto Isaiah chapter 19 and 3, says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of the cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Yeah, and that's the point. A cruel Lord and a fierce king. And what? Trump, without a doubt, you 100% believe, and I mean, it's showing that he's our cruel Lord and that fierce king. Because without a doubt, Trump is narrow in reincarnation. That's, of course, our belief that Trump is narrow in reincarnation. Why? Because he's gonna bring pretty much the downfall of America. Other article I have pulled up, it says EU offers 0 for 0 tariffs to Trump, threatens retaliation. See? So we are in those times, man, without a doubt. These other nations are turning their back against, again, America. Yeah, it says European Commission President, it says Ursula von der Leyen has extended a 0 for 0 tariff deal to the United States, aiming to de-escalate trade tensions before a critical April 9 deadline. It says the offer, which would eliminate tariffs on all industrial goods, comes as the Trump administration prepares to impose 20% tariff on EU imports, affecting over 380 billion, or rather, in U.S. dollars, it says 416.9 billion on products. The EU has also threatened swift retaliation if no agreement is reached. See? So tensions are rising, man. And ultimately, as the scriptures go into, you can go into Revelation chapter 17, Revelation chapter 18. They go into this place being destroyed, Babylon and Great, America being destroyed by these other nations. Because World War III is prophesied within the scriptures, and it will happen. It says, Revelation chapter 17 and 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon and Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Yeah, because America's ways has polluted the earth. When you look at around all these other countries, they have 100% implemented the ways of America into their societies. Of course, they still have their own traditions and within their own countries, but they have implemented many of America's ways and the philosophies and laws that pretty much what America is run by, its agenda. And what these other nations are drunk by those philosophies. What scriptures refer to those philosophies being, of course, the wine symbolically, Babylon's wine. It says Revelation chapter 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Yeah. Of course, we know the EU and the NATO is the beast. And what the 10 horns represent the European nations. So what? So showing you that again, these countries will turn their back against Babylon and Great, and it's starting. I mean, it's already started, but it's speeding up 100%. Things 100% kick off this year. We're still in we're now in quarter 2, 2025, and Trump has already made again a lot of things come to pass. So the quicker that these things happen, the quicker that Yahweh Shai will come back to deliver the elect, which his brothers hope to be a part of. And that's our hope. That's what we're waiting for. So Lord's will, you brothers are edified. Yahweh Bashmi Al Shai, Bashim Kakodash Brakathum. Shalom.